Welcome. You're watching the Thrift Store Rundown, where we bring Hollywood home on a budget. I am super duper pumped up about tomorrow night. You wanna know why? Because tomorrow night on Peacock in the US, that's NBC's streaming service, and the WWE Network around the world, will be a pay-per-view event that's certainly fit for any prince and princess of their little corner of the WWE universe. And I say prince and princess because, as we all know, the Royal Rumble is one of the last stops on the road to WWE's most royal event, the showcase of the immortals, WrestleMania. By now you know how the story goes. 30 superstars, both men and women, in separate bouts of course, do get out in the ring, trying to throw their opponents over the top rope with both feet landing on the floor. Last man and woman standing will punch their ticket to WrestleMania. With that in mind, I present to you a Royal Rumble of a different kind. 60 WWE superstars and 30 incredible matchups, they say. All a part of WWE Head to Head. Written by Jake Black, with showdown summaries, analysis, stats, and final predictions by WWE, quote, insiders. It's a production of Beckett and Mayer of New York and published by Tangerine Press, an imprint of Scholastic. I picked it up for 99 cents. The head-to-head dream matchups in here, a good chunk of them actually becoming reality on Raw and SmackDown and many a pay-per-view, are not just limited to the straight-laced brawlers of the squared circle, like John Cena and CM Punk and the other cover stars here, Randy Orton, Kofi Kingston, and The Miz. They also apply to the divas, hello, and even the color commentators, which kind of irks me a little bit. Color commentators are allowed, in my opinion, to only call the action ringside, not necessarily to be a part of it in the ring. It just doesn't sit well with me. Like, for example, this first matchup I'm highlighting here. Both Michael Cole and Jerry the King Lawler of Monday Night Raw. This dream head-to-head matchup actually became reality at WrestleMania, particularly the one hosted by The Rock with Stone Cold Steve Austin as the special guest enforcer. Tension at the Raw announcers table grew and grew until it came to a head. Play-by-play announcer, the self-proclaimed voice of the WWE, and now vice president of announcing, Michael Cole, insulted Jerry the King Lawler, WWE Hall of Famer, until Lawler could take no more. Lawler challenged Cole to a match. Cole was at first resistant, but when Lawler called him a coward, the match was on. The showdown. Michael Cole is a snake in the grass. Even before the King can get into the ring, Cole throws white powder in Lawler's eyes. Lawler wipes the powder from his face and charges Cole. Michael Cole has plenty of experience running away scared, and he puts that to good use, avoiding Lawler and his wrath in the ring. However, Michael does show some prowess. His signature move, the ankle lock, a move he borrowed from his mentor for the match, Jack Swagger, the all-American American. This doesn't sit well with me. You wanna know why? Because I happen to love these two so much. I don't know who I fancy more, professionally. I mean, Michael Cole is just darn good. That's why he's been named the vice president of announcing, at calling the action straightforward. But Jerry the King Lawler, he's a pro at color commentary, providing his own cruggy insights and at times solemn insights. That's depending on the outcomes of the match and the participants in it. Oh well. For all of the matches in here, color commentators, superstars, and divas, you get numerical stats here, how high they rank in terms of intensity, strength, speed, courage, and brains on a maximum score of 10. And more informational stats here on the side. Their height, their weight, their place of origin, their signature moves if applicable, and their career highlights. Significant wins, and of course, championship titles. Now, as you know, anything related to WWE that I see at the thrift shop, I'm buying in a second. However, you definitely take this product over the top rope if it contains the Bella Twins, in which case I'm buying it in a millisecond. I am in love with the Bella Twins. Specifically more Nikki than Brie, but I'm smitten with them both. They're paired up against Kelly Kelly in a 2-on-1 handicap bout, just to add some variety to this. Don't trust Brie and Nikki, the Bella twins, and also WWE Hall of Famers. The Pretty Sisters used their identical looks to fool their opponents, referees, and even the WWE Universe by switching places during matches. Doing so has led them to a lot of victories, including Divas Championship reigns for each of them. Something they hope will happen when they take on current, and I say current at the time that this was published, WWE Divas Champion Kelly Kelly. So nice, they named her twice. The showdown. Like a pair of sharks about to feed, Brie and Nikki Bella circle Kelly Kelly in the ring. But Kelly Kelly is ready to take on whichever sister pounces first. It's Nikki! Or is it Brie? Heck, I can't even tell. In either case, Kelly Kelly is taken to the mat hard by one of the sexy, sexy, sexy Bella twins. Smart, sexy, and powerful. It's a good thing Kelly Kelly is tough. She's also a Divas champion, by the way, so I guess after the fact, it was champion versus champion. Back to the color commentators. I actually can understand this next bout a little bit more, because both Booker T and Matt Striker have had experience as WWE superstars. They're also color commentators on Friday Night SmackDown, which gives them both insight into the matches and personalities that compete on SmackDown. Both men have what it takes to be a great announcer, but who is the better wrestler? I'm gonna say here, Booker T, because he's had more experience than Matt Striker, and definitely more championship titles to his belt. His large championship belt at large. The showdown! Striker and Booker begin the match with friendly, smiley jabs. The friendliness fades quickly, however, and the two find themselves locked in the center of the ring. Striker attempts to hit Booker with a clothesline, but Booker dodges and responds with a mighty spin kick, aka a spinneroonie, sending the former school teacher to the mat. Hard. I gotta say, even though I love them both as color commentators, I actually kind of like Booker T more as a superstar in here, an active superstar in the squared circle, so I would have to side with Booker T here. A good chunk of these matches, I don't want to give an estimate here, maybe a little over half, maybe less than half, actually became a reality, which is why the WWE experts here, with their final predictions listed at the end of this book, the experts' picks, are unnamed. Why? Because if they want to give their names, and they happen to be right or wrong, the WWE Universe would be a little bit outraged. And that is dependent on whom the fan or fans would be rooting for, whether it be John Cena or CM Punk, or Undertaker versus Kane, the former Brothers of Destruction, Mark Henry versus The Big Show, two literal giants of the industry, Randy Orton versus Christian, The Miz versus his protege Alex Riley of NXT, John Morrison or R-Truth, Dolph Ziggler, Kofi Kingston, Michael McGillicuddy, Santino Marella, Brodus Clay, Johnny Curtis. You get the picture. I remember this matchup so vividly, you can look it up online, and it still takes me back to when I was a kid. It was an episode of Monday Night Raw. Viewer's choice. The WWE Universe voted for CM Punk to face John Cena in that night's main event. That was announced by Matt Striker. The match was going swimmingly in Cena's favor until Nexus. Those were all the ousted rookies from the first season of NXT, by the way, came, interrupted the match, and basically tore apart the ring and anyone else they came in contact with. Referee, the color commentators, Matt Striker, anybody. I always hated Nexus. This retails for $8.99 in the US and $11.99 in Canada. And while I'm not responsible for any of you butting heads if you disagree with the experts in head-to-head on which superstars should win their bouts, I will proudly proclaim that head-to-head is awesome! And not just because of The Miz, even though I'm not a Miz fan, and not just because of the Bella Twins or the color commentators, but as a whole, you don't want to be without this. And I'm giving it all 5 claps. If that wasn't enough, I have a matchup of my own to pair with this. If you woke up athirst watching these thirst traps or anyone else took it out in this book or on tomorrow's Royal Rumble, then you won't want to be without this. A 24-ounce WWE cup. And not just one. I actually got two. That's right, it's a 2-in-1 deal also. I got both of these cups, manufactured by, let's see here, Technibock of Asheboro, North Carolina, for 99 cents. Same price as the book, and I actually got them for a deal. 25% off 99 cents, so 74 cents for both of these cups. So you see here, the Big Show, Sheamus, CM Punk, Cena, Triple H, Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio, the Funkadactyls, Kane, Christian, Sin Cara, Brodus Clay, Santino Marella, AJ Lee, Daniel Bryan, Dolph Ziggler, R-Truth. You know, a good many WWE superstars and divas. They hold 24 ounces each, so you and a friend of yours can drink up to 48 ounces of your favorite beverage while still representing your place in the WWE universe. And they get 5 out of 5 claps too, a piece, for a total of 15 claps in all. 99 cents for all this? No matter how messy or clean you get with your Royal Rumble viewing experience, I'd say this is quite a royal bargain that anybody would rumble over. For watching TSR. Now, to see another awesome review like this one, click here. If you want to become a Hollywood bargain hunter, click here to subscribe. And I'll catch you on the thrift side.